Welcome, Ananda. Today we are going to speak about the endorsement in banking. What is the endorsement? Endorsement and delivery is a mode of negotiating a negotiable instrument like check, bill of exchange, and promissory note. Right. So checks are very popular, right? So we can draw a check in favor of another person, right? So negotiate means to transfer the right of the particular instrument. For example, as a drawer, I can draw a check and hand over the check in favor of another person. So I can easily transfer the check, right? Yes. So that transfer is known as negotiability. So endorsement and delivery is a mode of negotiating in negotiable instruments like check, bill of exchange, and promissory note. Usually, I can draw a check in favor of another person by writing the name of that particular person on the face of the check, and I can give the check to that particular person. Right. So usually that is the mode of negotiation. So what is special about this endorsement? We will see. Right. So in the endorsement, we can see is signing one's name on the back of the negotiable instrument, especially in the check, with a view to transferring the interest, right, property, or title in the instrument to another person. So suppose I can transfer a check to another person. Suppose I'm A and I can transfer the check to B. I can mention the name of B on the face of the check and I can transfer the check to B. And further, if B wants to transfer the check to C, right, then whether he can do it or not. For sure, he can do it. So he can mention the name of the C on the back side of the check, and also we can put his signature on the back side of the check. In this way, we can negotiate or we can legally transfer the check to C. So this type of transfer is known as endorsement. Right. So endorsement means signing one's name on the back of the negotiable instrument. So A can transfer to B, then B to C. So I can mention the name of the B on the face of the check. That is quite normal. Then if B wants to transfer the check to C, then B can sign on the back of the negotiable instrument or by mentioning the name of the C or without. Whatever it is fine. And what is the purpose of signing like that? So by signing, B implies that he wants to transfer the title of the instrument to C. That is the concept. So it is like that. On the back of the instrument, the endorser can sign, and maybe he can mention the name of the endorsee on the back side, or without the name of the endorsee. So what's the purpose of signing like that? The endorser wants to transfer the right of the instrument to the endorsee. So there are two parties in the endorsement. The first one is the endorser, and the second one is the endorsee. These two are the two parties in the endorser as well as the endorsee. And the person who endorses the instrument, that means the person who signs his name on the back of the instrument for the purpose of transferring his property to another is known as the endorser, right? So A, B, C. So as an A, I can transfer the check to B by writing the name on the face of the check. Then if B wish to transfer to C, then B can sign on the back of the instrument. So here B is known as the endorser and C is known as the endorsee. The person to whom the instrument is endorsed is known as the endorsee. So that is the main purpose. Right. For the first transfer, we can write the name on the face of the check. For the further transfer itself, we can put the signature on the back of the instrument. In that way, we can transfer. The two parties are there, as we discussed. First one is the endorser, second one is the endorsee. The person who wants to transfer is known as endorser, and in favor the check is transferred is known as the endorsee. And different types of endorsement we can see. This is the ordinary endorsement or blank endorsement is there, full endorsement is there, partial endorsement, restrictive endorsement, conditional endorsement, sample course endorsement, and facultative endorsement. These are the different categorization of endorsement. So we will see what are the main categorization of endorsement. First one is the blank. The blank endorsement is an endorsement in which the endorser merely signs his name on the back of the instrument without mentioning the name of the person to whom the instrument is endorsed. Suppose if B wants to transfer the check to C, so B just simply writing or putting his signature on the back of the instrument without mentioning the name of the C. So that is blank. Blank means nothing. What nothing? You're not mentioning the name of the endorsee. Only the signature is there. So this is the performer of a blank endorsement. Then full means what? If we wish to transfer to C, we mentioning the name of the C and also scientific nature. That is one. So endorsement in full means it's a full endorsement or a special endorsement in where the endorser put his signature on the instrument as well as write the name of the person to whom the order the payment is to be made. So if we wish to transfer, the signature is there. Also, the name of the fee is also mentioned on the back of the instrument. Then restrictive. Restrictive means some sort of restriction is there, right? Either by words, they are prohibiting the transfer. So maybe on the back of the instrument, it is written paid to Geeta only. So the check is payable or further transferable only to Geeta. And after that, any other endorsements are not appreciated. That is what. The endorsee under a restrictive endorsement gets all the rights of the endorser except the right of further negotiation. So pay only to C, pay only to Geeta. After that, the further negotiation is not possible. So that is the purpose of restrictive endorsement. Then conditional. Conditional means when the endorser puts a signature under such writing which makes the transfer of the title subject to the fulfillment of certain conditions which are based upon the happening of some events. It is known as a conditional endorsement. And for example, paid to be on the arrival of the ship at Bombay. So, B is the from A to B, A is the endorser, B is the endorsee. B can encash only on the arrival of the ship at Bombay. So there is a condition which is mentioned on the back of the instrument. And if the endorsee is able to fulfill that condition, then they are the true owner of the check. So that is known as conditional endorsement. I must pay Mr. A on the order of the arrival of Mr. S at new my blue report. Some sort of conditions are there. Okay. Then next is sand recourse endorsement. So here the endorser doesn't want to incur any liability if there is a dishonor of the check. Here the endorsee is accepting the check at his own risk. So in such checks, the wordings sand recourse or without recourse is already mentioned. Thus, pay X or send recourse. Pay X without recourse to me. Pay X order at his own risk is an examples of this type of endorsement. So usually when we are issuing a check, if it is dishonored, there is some sort of risk for the endorser. By mentioning the words sans recourse, the endorser is not at all uh, interested to bear the risk of the check is being dishonored. The complete risk is gone to the endorsee. That is the purpose of sand recourse. And partial endorsement is illegal in nature, so we cannot partially endorse a check because if check is for 5,000 rupees and we cannot make the payment 2,500, 2,500 to X and Y, that is illegal in nature. And an endorsement partial is one which allows transferring to the endorsee a part only of the amount payable. This does not operate as a negotiation of the instrument and such endorsement is not valid. We cannot partially endorse a check. It is illegal in nature. So this is the concept of endorsement and these are the different main classification of endorsement. Thank you.